Today we're going to be taking a look at a 2023 Honda CRV EXL all-wheel drive. Let's get started. And this is the first time that we're going to be taking a look at a brand new Honda on the channel. We've done a lot of new Toyotas over the past year and a half. So if you guys enjoy these type of videos as well, give it a like and consider subscribing. So taking a look at the window sticker, we have the 2023 CRV. It's got the 1.5 liter turbo engine. It is an all-wheel drive. This is the EXL. Exterior color is platinum white and the interior color for this one is going to be gray. And that 1.5 liter turbo is rated at 190 horsepower, and the CRV here is rated at an average of 29 miles per gallon. Let's start the overview off right here in the front of the new CRV. So looks like we have these full LED headlights right here. Looks like they also have a nice daytime running light, which is also LED. We have our large Honda emblem in the front here, and then we have this really nice open grille. And then just down below, we also have this little lower grille, which is going to be open in the center. And then on the sides, we have some blockage. We do also have some parking sensors down here, and there is no fog lights. And moving on over to the side, we have these 18-inch alloy wheels here. They've got this like nice shiny silver color to them, and the tire size here is 235/60/18s. The side mirrors here also have blind spot monitors as well as a built-in turn signal indicator. And then right here on this side mirror, we can also kind of really appreciate the really pearliness in this platinum white color. We've also got some chrome around the window trimmings, and then right here between the front and back window, we have just some basic regular black plastic. It isn't the glossy plastic, so this is the type that's probably going to start fading over time. There's also keyless entry on the front doors, so if we have the key in our pocket, coming up near to the door handle, it's going to unlock the car. And then we have these little lines right here, 3 little lines. If we press right there, that's going to lock the car after we leave. There's also some black plastic cladding going all the way from the wheel arches, kind of goes along the bottom of the CRV here and then up over the rear wheel arch. Moving just up from that, we have, in typical Honda fashion, the tap to open fuel door with the capless system. So you just stick the nozzle right in. There's no cap that you have to untwist. Moving on over to the back, you can see these very nice vertical looking taillights. So they're really long in shape. They kind of have this almost L shape to them. Everything here is going to be LED except for the turn signal indicator. Then moving on over to the center, we have our much smaller Honda emblem back here. We do have also a little sticker right here just above that that does say all-wheel drive. There is our rear wiper back here. Looks like we have a brake light up top, shark fin antenna. And then moving down below, we've got the CRV badge and then just some more plastic here covering where a diffuser would be. Looks like we've got a dual exhaust tip, so they're just tiny 2 little exhaust tips, one on each side. We also have our reflectors and rear parking sensors back here. Let's go ahead and jump inside the 2023 Honda CRV now and talk about some of the stuff that we have inside here. So starting off with the door card, you can see kind of the first thing that I'm noticing is this really nice pattern right here. So we have a lot of gloss black around some of the plastics here. Looks like we have memory seats for 2 different drivers. We have our lock, unlock, mirror controls are right over here. We have auto up-down window switches, a little pocket right here. We have some of that gray leather with this nice stitching going across, and then as well as some space for 2 water bottles. You can also see on the bottom of this door card right here, we have this little piece that does say CRV. We also have one of the 8 speakers that are in this CRV. If you do want to get the Bose speakers, which are available on the CRV, you would have to go for the Sport Touring trim, which is exclusively a hybrid this year. So this year we have 4 different CRV trims, the EX and the EXL. EXL is what we're looking at today, but EX and EXL come as the non-hybrid 1.5 liter turbo, and then the Sport and the Sport Touring are going to be the ones that come as a hybrid. So those are the 2 liter 4-cylinder hybrid. And moving inside the 23 CRV now, we have this little rubber floor mat right here that does say CRV on it. Moving up from that, we do have a button right here to open and close the trunk. We have traction control off button. We also have this really nice looking ventilation system. This was kind of brought in with the 2022 Honda Civic. Looks like it's making its way over to the CRV now, but this is just a very nice looking thing. Very satisfying to kind of move this around as it kind of clicks into position. We also have our little adjustment right here to either turn on or off the actual ventilation that's coming from this one. The seats here, like I mentioned, this is the gray color, so you can see kind of right here under the plastic what it looks like. Very nice feeling. I believe that these are synthetic leather. I don't think that these are real leather just based off of how they feel, but they do feel pretty nice, soft and cushiony. These are perforated gray seats. However, none of the CRVs this year actually have ventilated seats. only heated seats is going to be an option. So this one right here does come equipped with the heated seats, even though we have the perforation as if leather was available. You can see these seats also are power adjustable. The lumbar support is only going to be available on the driver's seat, however. And sitting inside of the 2023 CRV now, you can see we have this very nice leather wrapped steering wheel. I actually very like how it has like a really nice little imprint right here where you can just leave your thumb as you're driving. It's got a very nice thickness to the steering wheel. So one of the things that kind of popped out at me right as soon as I started driving this CRV was just how nice the steering wheel feels. On the left side over here, we've got some buttons that are going to control the audio, multimedia, and then right here we kind of have this little center gauge screen which we can control by going to the home right here, and then we can go ahead and just use this little scroll wheel to change what we're going to see. So pretty much the left side of this gauge is going to be digital, and then the right side right here doesn't really change. Of course, it's going to change as you move, but this left side right here is controllable. This right here is always just going to display speed on the right side. And moving on behind the steering wheel, we do have automatic headlights, as well as a little lever right here, which we can pull down and adjust the steering wheel. To the right side of the steering wheel, we have our windshield wiper controls, as well as our engine start-stop button. Moving on over to the screen, looks like we still have the plastic film on here. I'm not going to actually take it off, but this is a 9-inch touchscreen. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, which is really nice to see. You can see we also have this really cool volume knob, which has this very nice sort of pattern. I'll try to come up close to it. It's the same pattern that we have on the climate control knob, so I'll come up close to it. It's a very nice looking pattern here. Really gives it more of like a tactical type of feel when you're actually tuning the volume down and up. Moving down below the screen, we have more of that very nice looking vent system, and that actually stretches all the way out to the passenger door card. So it's that same kind of venting system that I was talking about was really nice right here to the left side of the steering wheel. Carries over right here, so we have kind of the same adjustments. We do have our emergency lights right here, and then sort of the same pattern that we saw on the door card also carries over underneath here. So very, very, very premium styling here in the new 2023 CRV. We have dual zone climate control just below that, so we have different temperatures for different sides. We have our fan intensity right here. Heated seats are available on this EXL. And moving down from the climate controls, looks like we've got a regular USB Type A, a USB Type C. We have a 12-volt power outlet, as well as a wireless phone charger right here, kind of in this little storage area. Then moving just down below that, we have this pretty tall shifter right here. We have our regular gears, as well as a sport mode and a low gear mode. Just to the left of that, we have our drive mode selector, which we can go ahead and push that up and down. That's going to switch us between normal mode, econ mode, and snow mode. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it in normal for now. We also have our A off button. This is going to turn off the feature where if you come to a complete stop, it can kill the engine until you start moving again. We have a downhill assist mode, our electronic parking brake, as well as a brake hold. Just below that, there's going to be 2 cup holders, a tiny little storage spot right over here, and then we have our center console right here, which is actually really big, but it doesn't have any USBs in it. Moving on over to the passenger side, we have our glove box right here. Now we do have a lock on this glove box. Glove box is actually really tiny for the size of this car. And then the passenger seat, pretty much the door card has more or less the same stuff that we had on the driver's side door card. The seat, however, here for the passenger side doesn't have the lumbar support. So it's still power operated, but doesn't have any lumbar support. And actually what's really interesting is even though these are the leather seats, you can see kind of where the side of the seat is. So if I go like right here, right where the center console meets the seat, it has this like carpet-like material. So it's not actually full leather all around. Moving up from the dash, we have an auto-dimming rear view mirror here. I don't see any buttons around for any garage remote connectivity, so maybe somebody in the comments could correct me if I'm wrong. That might be hidden in some sort of setting. Like I said, this is my first time taking a look at a brand new Honda, so I'm not totally used to everything that's here. I've never been in one of these brand new Hondas, so a big shout out to Stevens Creek Honda for letting me take a look at this 2023 CRV, but again, I could be making some mistakes since I'm not so comfortable with these brand new Hondas. Anyways, moving up from that, we have some light controls right here. We can set this so that the lights will turn on when the doors are open. We also have our sunroof controls, which you can see kind of how big that sunroof is. None of the CRVs this year actually have a panoramic sunroof, which is very unlike the RAV4, which is the CRV's biggest competitor. The RAV4 does have an optional panoramic sunroof. This one right here, CRVs are only going to have the small kind of front row sunroof. Then also right over here, we do have a little sunglass holder. Now we're gonna go ahead and move into the second row. Now the CRV this year has gotten larger, so a lot of that extra space that we're getting this generation is coming in the form of extra space in the second row and in the cargo space. So hopping right here into the second row. It looks like we don't have any tow hook covers, but we do have these really nice latches here for car seats. Sitting here inside the second row, it's super spacious. Let me go ahead and just close the door right here. Kind of more of these nice patterns right here on the door card. Looks like there is no USBs here. We do have two little vents right here. No pocket behind the driver's seat, but we do have a pocket right here behind the passenger seat. And then folding down this center area right here, we've got two cup holders. And in the back row here, these are also 60/40 folding rear seats. So we can go ahead and pull up on the lever right here on the side and fold down these seats all the way down, and actually surprisingly goes pretty much all the way flat. There is a little bit of a hump right here kind of between the end of this back seat and the trunk. So it kind of dips down into the trunk a little bit, but actually surprisingly flat fold right here. Here, let me step out so you guys can see that. And actually what I just noticed by folding up this seat is actually the lower portion of the seat also moves as well. So as I'm folding this down and up, you can see kind of the bottom portion of that seat is folding forward to make for some more room in the back. And moving on over to the cargo space, you can see we do have an automatic lift gate right here. So we have that button right here, hold to set height. So we can pull this down to whatever height we like and then hold down right here to actually set that height. Here we are in the cargo space. Looks like we've got another cargo mat right here. So CRV, it says imprinted on that mat. Underneath here, I believe that we do have a spare tire. That's right. We've got our carpet mats, tools, and spare tires. Do note, if you do go for the hybrid CRV, you're not going to get a spare tire. But we do have a fairly large cargo space right here. We have some kind of anchors and places right here. I'm assuming that these are for like cargo trays and the sliding covers. And then we have a 12-volt power outlet. So we have our second one right here. And yeah, it's a pretty good size right here. Actually surprised at how much it dips down. That can actually be pretty useful for that extra space. So that's going to do it for this quick overview of the 2023 Honda CRV EXL. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and if you guys are excited for me to start branching out to other auto manufacturers on this channel. Also, please keep in mind that this is my first time taking a look at a Honda, so if there are any mistakes that I've made, please just nicely correct me in the comments below, and I'll try to improve in the next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next week.